Audio warp technology was introduced earlier in Cubase SX3 and would allow for multi-track audio and MIDI projects to dynamically change the tempo. You could simply speed up or slow down your track in real time and change the tempo on the fly. Cubase 6 offers many new features in this regard, so let's take a look at how to get this set up. Now, tracks can have two different types of time bases. We can have a musical time base or a linear time base, and this can be changed right here on the inspector or on the track. So when we see a quarter note, we would see a musical time base, and this would, when we see the clock, that would indicate a linear time base. When tracks are in musical time base, their position will be based on the bar and beat, and when they're in linear time base, will be placed on the actual time position. So if I want all my tracks to speed up and slow down together, I want them to be in musical time base. Now when we come over here, we can now go to our pool window. So I can make sure all my tracks are musical time base, but I need to also make sure that all of the audio files themselves are in musical time base. So if I come over here, I'm going to select the top file, hold down my shift key, select the bottom file. Now this song is recorded at a steady tempo of 72 beats a minute. As audio files are recorded into Cubase, it will actually be tempo stamped based on the tempo of your project. So if you're getting files from a different program, you can just simply add this tempo stamp, type in 72, and now since all the files are selected, they'll all be applied at 72 beats a minute. Now I also want to place all the audio files into musical mode. So I just simply check one, they'll all be checked. If you do not see the musical mode in tempo, make sure you go to your view attributes right here and just simply make sure that they're actually checked, and then you'll see them. Now we also have different algorithms. So we're going to give you the new elastic algorithm right here. So now if I wanted to come here, let's say our origin tempo of this song is 72 beats a minute, and I just wanted to speed up and slow down. I can now just come to my tempo right here and say I want it to be 80 beats a minute or 88 beats a minute. Or let's do 60 beats a minute. So whatever tempo, with fantastic audio results. So I can just change the tempo. If I have tempo curves drawn into my tempo editor, it would automatically follow those. Sometimes we would have people complain that it wouldn't actually mimic the behavior of an analog tape machine. So when we changed the tempo, you notice that the pitch was the same. And a lot of people want to do a basic Varispeed recording. So if I come to my pool window again, we'll select all of my files. We can now come right over here, and we could switch this from our time or pitch algorithm to a tape algorithm. So now as I come right over here and I slow down, the pitch will drop just like an analog tape machine. Now, one of the beauties of working in a computer realm is now we can actually come here, and if I wanted only particular tracks to follow, let's say I don't want my drums to change pitch, I could go to my pool window right here, and then I could select my drum kit, and we'll have that be based on time. And let's come right over here to my kick and my snare. So now only particular audio files will actually change pitch. So now as I change the pitch, my audio, if I come right here, as we change the tempo, my drums will stay the same pitch. And this is all very easy for projects that have a steady, consistent tempo, but it could get very tricky with projects that don't have consistent tempos. So let's take a look at this, and it's kind of a singer-songwriter project that wasn't played with a click track, so it was live musicians. So we'll go ahead and take a quick listen to it.
Turning Japanese, I think.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
If I turn on my click track, you can see that there's really no correlation between the click and the actual audio events. So what I want to do now is come right over here. I'm going to select my vocal file right here. We're going to go to our project menu, and then we have automatic tempo detection. So I'm going to do an analysis, and I'm gonna do it off one of the guitar and the vocal channel here, and it's automatically created a tempo map for me. So let's go ahead and I'll just drop this track down here. So now as we listen to it, and we turn on and click, so you can see that the band and the musicians are varying in tempo here. But let's say I wanted that to actually be a steady tempo. So I'm going to kind of zoom in, and as we do our automatic tempo detection, one of the things that you'll notice is everything will automatically be placed into a meter of 1/4 time. So if I wanted to come here, I think we could start maybe around here.
3, 4.
So right at the downbeat, what I want to do is drop in, just with my pencil tool on my time signature track, a 4/4 bar. Now as we do this, now let's say I wanted to take this performance that's varying in tempo, and now I want to be able to straighten the tempo so that the tempo is steady. So I'm going to select all of my audio files here, go to my audio menu, to advanced, and then I'll say let's set definition from tempo. Now since I've selected all these files, we can see that I'm going to have my 8 audio clips selected, and I could save this either as metadata in the audio file, all the tempo changes, or I could save it at the project level only. So I'll come right over here. Now let's say I just wanted this to be 120 beats a minute perfectly, or I wanted it to be 140 beats a minute. Or if I wanted to follow the original tempo. So as you can see, with the audio warp technology, we can either change existing performances that are steady to have those vary in tempo, or take performances that had tempo variations and straighten those out very easily with fantastic audio results.